do that. I'm just gonna start the YouTube video and then we'll get right into it.
We'll go
We're
right.
doing live on Nate's.
Oh!
So live on
Hey,
Nate's
guys.
YouTube video for my phone. So yeah,
Okay.
so sweet. So okay.
All right.
Hey friends, welcome to a Lissa video. We are here with all of these little lovely, amazing souls for a Fruitluck over at Lava Love USA's house. So we just wanted to include you all in our little Fruitluck,
Our little gathering.
our little gathering. So we're just gonna go around and announce. We'll start with me and Nate. This is Lissa. You guys already know that, but I discovered raw food about, oh my gosh, like 14 years ago in 2004. I tried to do raw off and on for 10 years, and I really couldn't stick to it because I was doing high fat, and I would constantly have sugar crashes, and I wasn't eating enough, and I was feeling really weird. So I kind of thought raw wasn't for me, and then I tried the low fat version, you know, lots of fruit, lots of vegetables, lots of salads, and it was super easy for me to stick to it. I lost 70 pounds, my acne went away, you know, just like my joints don't hurt anymore, so amazing. And then I started this YouTube channel to help everybody, my life mission.
Yes.
And
Thank
I
you.
found Nate through that. But I'll let you tell your story.
So my name is Nate, and I was basically inspired by raw foods through watching some YouTube videos back in 2012, like Forks Over Knives, Cowspiracy, Earthlings, and some that started the shift initially. But the same thing, it's really hard to stick to. It's like changing your religion. So you know, I went back, put the blinders back on, back to eating meat and cheeses, and then I saw my mom live, love, raw, heal herself of kidney cancer, and so you know we should be listening to our moms if they're awesome. So I'm like, all right, I gotta follow my mom. So
Especially if it works.
it was actually my youngest son, who was 11 at the time, who went raw. Not raw, but vegan, and so I started to be vegan with him just to make sure he was eating the right kind of, you know, combinations of foods. And then finally, you know, actually I skied with a guy who was 86 years old. His name was John. I'll never forget him in my entire life. He's 40+ year raw vegan, so he started when he was in his mid-40s, and it was really that made me go, okay, I need to do this. I need to become raw. So same thing, like lost a lot of weight, feeling great. And can't stop. Lots of beautiful people. Mindset shifting. It's good.
Yep.
Met Lissa. I bought Lissa's book to transition into raw foods, and then you know
It's Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack.
Jack from
You're awesome, Jack.
Yeah. Thank you, Jack. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
totally.
me. That's me. So maybe we'll just move on down.
My name's Justin, and I've been eating like high raw for about over a year, and I discovered it through YouTube. I was just kind of watching videos, and then I realized that I wanted to go vegan because I didn't want to contribute to everything that was going on. I was struggling with my mental health, and I figured, why would I want to put a dead animal that was suffering into my body, which will create more suffering in myself? So that's when I made the switch. And then about 3 months into being vegan, I was on Twitter. I saw Light Samps and all these other guys eating lots of fruit, and so then I hopped on the fruit train, and I lost like 50 pounds in 6 months, and I've been eating lots of fruit ever since.
Yeah.
Totally. Hey, welcome to Light Samps Living, baby. We out here at this beautiful Fruitluck, you know what I'm saying? Epic fruit, and it tastes so good. It appeals to all of our senses. You know, the taste, the smell, you know, the appearance, you know what I'm saying? The texture, yes. You see something out like that in nature and you just want to eat it. It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Raw foods make sense. And I've been raw for about 3 years. 4 years coming up in December. And I had symptoms from IBS, Crohn's, you know, excessive candida, just like my digestive tract was torn up. I was scared to eat anything. Everything gave me a bad reaction. And who would have known it was just as simple as eating fruit, you know what I'm saying? Fruit, veggies, some nuts and seeds. And I feel 100% banging, you know, off the hook, vibing high. And now I eat this way just to like raise my consciousness and increase my consciousness and
Inspire others.
yeah, and inspire others
Yeah.
and heal
You're
others and
doing
help
it, baby.
others.
You're doing it.
You know what I'm saying? And like, if you're about that, you know, you want to lift your vibration up, if you want to take your whole consciousness to the next level, raw foods are for you.
There you go.
Totally.
Yeah.
My name is Tabitha, and I guess my story just started when I became a mother. I have 4 children, and I was like researching the best ways to take care of my kids, and you know, I found a book on veganism, and it just clicked. The next day I went vegan, and since then I've been did my research. I found Raw Food Romance and, you know, Jack and everyone, and so I jumped on the raw bandwagon, and I feel great. I mean, I have more energy. You know, I'm a full-time student and mother, so, you know, I need that extra energy, that extra push, and yeah, like you're talking about vibration, I just go all day.
Yes.
I never stop. I just go and go and go, and I feel fantastic, and it really made me in tune with my body, and, you know, I just like teaching my children, being a good example for them.
Yeah.
It's my main thing, you know.
They're awesome little
They
fruits.
practice
Digging
what,
out the
you know, they are where they come from, and that's just, you know, I want them to grow up and just be happy and healthy. And,
Well, you're teaching them the right
I think
ways.
so. You know, they're pretty great. So I know Azaria wanted to say something too.
Yes,
Let's
please.
do it.
My name is Azaria, and I really like raw foods because it makes you feel good, and you're not killing animals. And yeah,
That's what it boils down to, huh? You feel good and you're not killing animals.
Yes.
Makes perfect sense. Kids are always, it's so simple, it really is, but people have such a hard time with it, you know?
So maybe we should cruise down this way.
Yeah.
I'm Rita, and I've just started being raw for about 80 days now.
Nice.
I've been juicing for like 60 and on green juice for like 40 days.
Wow. Nice
I
work.
know Elizabeth told me to do 6, and I was like, well, I'll just keep going. And so yeah, I just feel really good. I felt like a euphoria at first, and I'm kind of trying to look for that again. I don't know what I'm still trying to look for that feeling again of feeling just like that euphoria, but yeah, I feel super energetic, and when I do eat meat, if I, like parties, and it just pops up, and that was like my old life, but I just feel really anxious and angry and frustrated, and even like cheese, I had like mac and cheese, I had a couple bites of that the other day, and it's just interesting, and I just feel like really irritated, I like pick fights with people and stuff. I got like a cancer, I'm like already emotional, so like I don't need any more. I don't need help being emotional. So
Tell them how much weight you lost since you started.
I lost 32 pounds so far.
Wow. 32 pounds.
Feels great.
So I'm Lissa. I guess go both ways. I thought we were just like looking at
Yeah,
this and
no,
I'm talking to you
just-
guys. So
We're trying
I
to
want to
invite
acknowledge
them
these
in,
people
right?
as well.
So,
So
yeah, totally.
I've been a vegetarian since I was 3. A little voice came to me, and it's the story I tell people when they get to know me. And so I have never eaten meat because the Divine Universe told me not to.
Awesome.
And so I used to go to the little hole-in-the-wall health food stores when there wasn't any, in this town. And but I eat dairy, so I'm not vegan. But I feel like that's one thing that does like it doesn't. I know that this is like the Garden of Eden, and then when I first walked in, I was like, this is like what I think divinely we're intended to eat, right? And so, but we're human, and we're here to work out our stuff. And I've also given up a lot of things on the checklist. Some of it I won't say on there, but whatever. So that's how I justify, basically. Yeah, but it's great to be here, and yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, how do we want to go here? Mindy.
I'm Monday. I've been raw for like 4 hours. I think. Gotta start somewhere. But no, it is. It's great food. Everything tastes good.
Yeah.
It's been a great experience.
Well, we're happy that you could come hang out. Totally.
It's great.
Okay, my name is Frankie. This is actually my first time to an event like this, and always been attracted to, changing my direction of how to eat. I went probably vegetarian for 4 months, probably like 5-6 years ago, and that was great benefits I found in doing that. I don't know why I didn't stick with it. I was just basically eating vegetables and fruit and some fish. So the only meat that I was putting in my diet was fish. And like I said, there was a lot of benefits to it. But this, by being here today, kind of gives me the motivation to look beyond what I've been eating, you know. And too bad you guys weren't here earlier to see this incredible alien fruit that we cut into.
Yeah.
Incredible. What was it called again?
Durian.
Durian. And what was the other one?
The was really into the durian
Yeah.
to
Right
get
off
the
the
last
bat.
bits.
Right
yeah.
off the bat.
Anyway, I suggest that you guys all try it. That's all I can say.
Awesome.
So I'm Linda, I'm Nate's mom. As you heard, I was diagnosed with kidney cancer and cured it on a fruit diet and living the life. Kind of dealing with a knee injury, but it's going to heal, I know it. So anyways, glad you guys are all here.
If you want to hear her whole story,
you gotta
go
hear
to
it.
Nate's channel because you have a
Incredible
two-parter
story.
all about her story on
It's a
there.
very
So
incredible story.
definitely.
She's amazing.
Tara,
Yes,
darling,
ma'am.
would you like to go?
My name is Tara, and I am not 100% raw. I'm raw till 4, but I'm a vegan. I became vegan almost 3 years ago, and I've always been on a spiritual journey, and I think that's like the beginning to like sustaining a spiritual journey that like continues to grow. And I just believe that energy never dies, and consuming like pure love and pure energy is the best way to thrive. That's it.
Agreed.
So why not?
Exactly.
You have the option to.
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Yeah, thanks for coming. We met Tara at a Anonymous for the Voiceless Cube that we drove by.
And we took a wrong turn.
Yeah, we took a wrong turn.
A
We-
wrong
a right turn.
turn.
A wrong turn.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was at the presentation. We just started talking and
Yeah.
I invited her over.
It's really cool how it works out.
Yeah, totally.
You were meant to be here, girl.
Yeah.
Actually, I was like talking about for like a while now. I've been talking about. I was like, I really want to like put on like a raw like fruit party, and then they like said that. And I was like,
Wait a minute. And then your class was over like perfect
Yeah,
timing.
right at the same
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
Like it ended right at 4, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right.
That's
Yeah.
that manifestation, law of attraction kind of thing.
My manifestation levels are like I'm living in my own like dream reality.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. The sky's the limit, honey.
Sky's the limit.
Okay, so yeah, we're here.
Who wants to go next?
I do. I want to go after Tara because
Yeah.
I love what has been said so far about the raw food journey, and it's such a beautiful experience. And I've always found that pressing into it just opens up pathways that I couldn't have imagined before in my own awareness and intuition and experience. It's worth doing. It's just worth trying on a day, one day, you know, and connecting with others and what you can share there. It just it seems like such a radical shift, but really once you go through that door, you realize it's very simple, and it's almost as if we've gotten away from our basic nature.
Totally.
Exactly. Where things are beautiful and simple and easy and natural, and it's such a peaceful way to eat. So I love the energy and the clarity that I give. I was plant-based vegetarian first at 18, and then became vegan, and I found that I was still falling into patterns of eating cookies and potato chips, but at least it wasn't harming an animal, but I was harming myself, and I didn't feel that good. And the raw food just brings my energy level up to a really great, happy place, you know, just a higher vibration. It sounds kind of hokey,
But it's true.
Must try.
It is true. It is true.
So 30 days. Just try it 30 days. Or a week.
Yeah.
See how you
And try again. You know, try and try again.
Exactly. Don't try, do.
Excellent.
I love that.
Hi, I'm Crystal. I've been eating raw vegan for like 2.5 weeks.
Woohoo!
And,
Yeah.
I have it's such an inspiration to me. I've had so much more energy, and my anxiety level has decreased dramatically. And
You're in the medical field too, yeah?
yeah, I'm in the medical field, and I work in the emergency department, and a lot of times I just eat a lot of junk food that's around me all the time because I'm stressed. But now I'm inspired to just bring vegetables and fruit with me to work.
Bring your Vitamix.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Bring your vitamins, your bowls, your forks.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's all I have.
Good for you. Yeah.
Really quick. I'm Beth. I'm an alcoholic. No. I actually am an alcoholic, and this is really cool for me because today my worlds are kind of intersecting, which is my recovery world. Some of us may or may not be in a 12-step program together, and everybody else I know from the raw foods world. And together, these two worlds and the information that I've learned in recovery and also from the raw foodists has saved my life. And my story was late-stage neurologic Lyme disease, to the point where I was the worst case that any of my doctors had ever seen. I was crawling up and down the hall of my condo in pain, having what's called a Herxheimer reaction for 3 months, with little breaks in the pain. And I was sent to True North Health by my doctor, and I did successive water fasts and juice fasts, and while I was there I started watching Matt Monarch videos, which is how a lot of us got into raw foods.
Love Matt.
And
Love Matt.
I went from Matt Monarch to Arnold's Way, and Arnold was like, drop the fat and eat the carbs, and there was just something in him, even though he can seem a little kooky and all his followers.
He does too, but he's awesome.
I knew he was telling the truth. I knew Arnold was telling the truth.
Yeah.
And my soul was drawn to all those people, and I would watch all of his testimonials. He's filmed probably over 1,000 now. And that kind of became my home. And this was so long ago that I wrote to Arnold on MySpace.
Yeah. Wow. You're dating yourself there, girl.
He wrote back, and that meant a lot to me. I was seizing up.
He's a healer.
Horrible. He's a real healer.
He's a real
I was in horrible pain, and so little by little, I just started doing a high carb, low fat, higher and higher raw diet. And my words of wisdom are: is if you're doing this and you get on it and you go into that fourth dimension of existence where you're in paradise all the time, which a lot of us have been in, that's where things manifest in things like, I was just watching Linda, and here she is in my freaking backyard, you know? And light stamps. I'm like, he needs to come, you know? Now he's in my backyard. I watch these people, and they become part of my reality. I thought up Lava Love. I downloaded my soap recipe in my head out in Central Oregon on raw foods, and that's the kind of stuff that doesn't happen when I'm not in recovery and I'm not eating a healthy diet. And so I learned about the spiritual aspect, which is like Brandon said, that's the most important to me, is the spiritual world that I get to live in because of this. And if you can get on, try not to get off, because there's no guarantees that you're going to get back on. It's just like sobriety. You may never come back. And it's been hard for me to get back. I did a 17-day green juice fast last month, and now since these guys showed up Wednesday, I've been eating one fruit meal, a little more today, and dry fasting 16 hours a day, and doing green juices, and I just feel like this huge blob of gunk leaving my body, and so I get to be back in health, you know, and that's, for me, that's what it's about. It's about getting rid of the obstructions and the illness and the things that are blocking up our chakras, really, and so we're not even able to connect with God the way we're supposed to, so that's why I do it. There you go.
Can you say a little bit about your 17-day green juice experience?
I just did green juices. It was cucumber, kale, lemon, ginger, and celery. And then I did what Brandon did. I did a little bit of almond milk, and then I was taking essential oil of pine, shall we call it. And so I was eating a little bit of almond butter before I'd take the pine oil, which was a teaspoon of pine oil. Have you done that?
Too much.
Yeah, it was a lot on a juice fast.
Too much.
Holy crap. So that was a lot. And
Oh, like
so,
turpentine? Oh, okay.
And so
Yeah, I've done that. I've
that
done
was
turpentine.
super intense on a
Turpentine's
juice
intense.
fast. Have you done that?
Juice fast.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
just-
so that was my last. So now I'm like in the fruit and the dry fasting, and I feel my body feeling back up. But thank you all for being here. And now I want to hear from this guy right here. Troy.
Great group of people here, wouldn't you say? Everybody clap. I am the rookie of the group. I've been here for about 3 hours, so I got you beat. And you know, it's been a lot of information. It's been a learning experience. I can tell you, just by the foods that I've eaten, I feel better than I felt all day. So just having that immediate result tells me that there's some things I need to change. You know, I'm a person who suffers from PTSD, which also creates depression and anxiety. And, you know, I've been on medication for those types of issues. And just by eating some of this food, I could feel a difference. And so thanks to you guys and everybody that I met here and the information I've gotten, it's really given me a lot of hope. So thank you.
Awesome.
Right.
great.
Video you gonna do? Or when is the next
The next Fruit Fest?
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Because I might just make a conscious decision and just start going like,
Right.
you know, and see what happens. You know,
See what happens.
see where I'm at.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you
When are you
should.
gonna do it?
Okay.
When are you gonna do it?
Well, we have to do it.
Oh wait, what are we
Wait,
gonna
what are
do?
we doing?
Another Fruit Fest. Another
Oh,
Fruit
I
Fest.
want to make him raw.
Yeah.
No, I want you to do it for like a month.
Yeah.
And I want
So
him
maybe,
to film
so maybe
it.
next month then. We
Yeah.
should try to get another
and
one
I think
together.
you guys should film it. You should take him
July.
on as like a little
journey.
client.
I'm gonna do it.
Totally,
So
right?
He's gonna be your film him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Protege or
Yeah.
project.
Transition.
Yeah.
Project.
I'll probably lose my 15
Well,
pounds.
that's awesome. Let's give Frankie a hand.
I'm ready.
So awesome. So I hope you guys felt welcomed into our little Fruitluck. I hope you enjoyed the video. Next time we'll get a mic that we can go around because I know we had to yell to this one. But if you guys like this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel, Raw Food Romance. You can find me on Facebook at Lissa's Raw Food Romance, on Instagram at Raw Food Romance, and on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. And there's other people with social media that I'd like for them to shout out first.
Okay.
With the
Yeah.
love of my life.
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Raw Natty Nate.
Yeah, Raw Natty Nate. Woo! Let's go.
Instagram, fruit.god, and
Yeah.
my Twitter is fruitbasedgod.
Twitter gang, fruit gang. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Light, Samps. SAMPS.
And I'm just Miss Mommy Raw on Instagram right now. So.
Miss Mommy Raw.
Miss
Yeah.
Mommy Raw with the cutest kids in the world.
Thanks.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anyone else with Instagram?
I'm Live Love
Oh, I
Raw
Live
on
Love
Instagram
Raw.
and Linda Wolfile Maris on Facebook. I don't really do much on Facebook right now, but
Instagram is her
and then
game, yeah.
YouTube is Live Love Raw.
Yeah.
And I have. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm a vegan chef. My Instagram is at Her Garden Kitchen.
Her garden.
I love
kitchen.
it.
I just followed it.
I just followed you.
I have Love
The networking is real.
USA, which is spa products and CBD oil.
Yeah. Awesome CBD oil.
Awesome.
CBD oil.
Did you see me smoke?
It's not something to get you high. I put, see, that's the app.
Awesome.